Hari Om. Today's Aarti Seve is by Srimati and Sri G. N. Sheshadri, Srimati and Sri Guru Prasad, Srimati and Sri Tyagarajan, Srimati and Sri Sudhakar Rao, Srimati and Sri Shashank. We request them to please come forward and perform the Aarti.
आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की दिव्य रूप मूर्ति करुणा की। आरती सद्गुरु की। चरणों में उनके शांति समाए, शरणागत की भ्रांति मिटाए। पाप ताप संताप हरण की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। वेद उपनिषद गीता को गाया, धर्म सनातन फिर से जगाया। शुद्ध नीति प्रीति शंकर की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। सिद्ध बारिकी तपोभूमि में नित्य विराजे गुरु हमारे। भक्त हृदय आनंद स्रोत की। आरती श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। आरती सद्गुरु की। आज की जय।
Hari Om, Hari Om. Before we start, please make sure that your phones are on silent, switched off or flight mode, whatever way you want. Am I audible till the end? Clear, no? All right. ॐ नमः शिवाय 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 सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ श्री गणेशाय नमः ॐ श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवं परमानन्दमाधवम् ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीं अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी. In the first two sessions, we have seen the topics of Sankhya Yoga and Karma Yoga, which clearly cover the two chapters of Bhagavad Gita, the chapter number 2 and 3. Right. Today's topic is Jnana Yoga. So, as we have been seeing, yoga means the ultimate union. Yoga also means the path or the means to reach that union. Now here it is saying Jnana Yoga. What do you mean by Jnana Yoga? The path of knowledge which will unite me with the Supreme. Okay. Now here one point we must understand clearly, that Jnana is different from Jnana Yoga. And that is the difference between Sankhya and Jnana Yoga. Sankhya Yoga was actually not the path but the goal. If you carefully see, it was not the path of knowledge, actually the goal only. What is the final culmination? That I must realize my true nature. That's what Bhagavan Shri Krishna explained as Sankhya. And therefore most of the time Sankhya is used as Nishtha, Sankhya Nishtha. That you be established in that realization. So that Sankhya is the goal. To reach that goal, there are many paths. Karma Yoga is one path that we have seen. And in the last session, we also saw how Karma Yoga can take us to Sankhya. Because Karma Yoga acts as Upaya. Remember we saw Karma Yoga gives Chitta Shuddhi. You become eligible for knowledge. I hope you remember. To reach that medical college, first 10th standard, 12th standard, that will make me eligible. Correct? So that eligibility Karma Yoga gives for me to have Sankhya Nishtha. Now, in order to reach that Sankhya Nishtha, so many paths are there, but one of the main paths is Jnana Yoga. So please understand, Jnana or Sankhya or realization is different from Jnana Yoga. Now why I am saying this? In Vedanta Shastra, in the Vedanta as a philosophy, Advaita Vedanta as a philosophy, there is one very important principle of this Vedanta philosophy. And that principle is Jnana Devahi Kaivalyam. Liberation is possible only by knowledge. Okay? Here that knowledge is K capital. Not the intellectual understanding, but the wisdom, that experiential knowledge. That's what we are talking about. Without that knowledge, liberation is not possible. Bhagavan Shri Krishna also supports this theory, okay? We will see. When the topic of Bhakti Yoga comes, we will see why that is true. But that ultimate liberation is possible only through knowledge. Bhagavan Shankaracharya also, right at the beginning in Atma Bodha, mentions this. Bodhonya sadhanebhyo hi sakshat mokshaika sadhanam pakasya vannivat jnanam vina mokshaha na siddhyati. Without this knowledge of the self, liberation is not possible. Now, when we say without knowledge liberation is not possible, we are not saying that without path of knowledge liberation is not possible. There is a difference. Without the self-realization, self-knowledge, liberation is not possible. Correct. How will one reach that self-knowledge? Many paths are there. Karma Yoga is there, Bhakti Yoga we will be studying, Ashtanga Yoga is there, Jnana Yoga is there. These are different paths to reach that self-knowledge, Sankhya, without which liberation is not possible. Many people in the excitement, they think that when it is said without knowledge liberation is not possible, means therefore everybody must study. See, study is the means, path. We had such great Mahatmas, without study also they got realization. Why? Because they had bhakti. Somebody was there, only by karma yoga they have reached. So it is possible. We can't make that as principle. Principle is without self-knowledge, liberation is not possible. Realization is not happening. But the path can be any, as per the capacity and liking of the seeker. So Jnana Yoga is the path to reach that self-realization, that experiential knowledge of who am I. The path, that is called Jnana Yoga. Is it clear now? Now, interestingly, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is no chapter titled Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga, 3rd chapter we have. Bhakti Yoga, 12th chapter we have. But there is no chapter titled Jnana Yoga. Actually, 4th and 5th chapter together is called Jnana Yoga. 4th chapter is Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga and 5th chapter is Karma Sannyasa Yoga. Actually, it is together referring to this Jnana Yoga. That is why. This 4th chapter, see, Jnana Karma Sannyas, people say Sannyasa, where the moment we hear the word Sannyasa, we are afraid only. What is this? Why Sannyasa? Why? Because Sannyasa means giving up. Some say, why are you asking us to give up? Unless you give up, you can't take up new thing. Very simple logic. Achha, some people who are married, they are very fascinated by sannyasa. Swamiji, your life is so nice. Yeah, our life all the time. Everybody keeps eating our head. Husband or wife or parents, children, relatives. Your life is so nice. You have no idea. Just think about it. You have to take care of one family. You have problems of one family. We have problems of 500 families. Why? Everybody comes to us with problems only. Anytime anybody comes to Swamiji and say, Swamiji, how are you? No. When they come, they will ask the question, Swamiji, how are you? But actually, why we have come is, we are not fine. If you can guide, if you can do something. And very interestingly, we want Swamiji to guide other person. Swamiji, I will bring my son. Please teach him something. Don't we do that? So some people are afraid of sannyasa, some people are fascinated by sannyasa. But actually Bhagavad Gita clarifies very clearly that sannyasa is not just giving up. Once we have entered into grihasthashrama, giving up that is not called sannyasa. We can't give up our duties. Yesterday also, last point we said, we can never give up karma. When we are ready for knowledge, karma will give us up. Karma will go off. So karma sannyasa, when we say renunciation of action, it happens in 2 stages. The 2 stages are mentioned in 4th and 5th chapter. First is called jnana karma sannyasa, means jnane karma sannyasa. Renunciation of action is happening in knowledge. Hey, what do you mean in knowledge renunciation is happening? You act with knowledge and then that action will not be termed action because of the knowledge. Careful. You are not giving up action, but you are performing the action with higher wisdom, higher knowledge, because of which the action that you are performing is not termed action. Let me give you an example to understand. Do you see sunrise? Veji, sunrise happens very early morning. That sometimes by mistake we see sunrise when we have to catch some train or bus, etc. You ask sunset, asks about sunset. Okay. Do you see sunset? Yes, yes. Thank you. But as physics student, you know that there is no sun setting. There is no sunset. I hope you know. Sun is not rising and setting. You know that, right? Sun is there. Earth is rotating. And therefore we feel that sun is rising, sun is setting. Now what is happening? As physics student, you know that the sun is not rising, sun is not setting, yet you will enjoy the rising sun and setting sun. Now what is happening? You are seeing, but your knowledge is not clouded by what you are seeing. So knowledge actually is giving more meaning to the action of seeing. The action has not changed. You still enjoy the sunrise and the sunset. But the knowledge is there, and therefore you are not confused. You are like small child. When sun is setting, you will not cry. Sun is going. Sun is not going anywhere. Why? Knowledge is there. This is called Jnane Karma Sannyas. Example of Jnane Karma Sannyas, okay? Means you perform the action with the knowledge, and the action will not be termed action because of the knowledge. What is that knowledge that we are going to see? But you remember this. This is the first step of Karma Sannyas, the first step of Sannyas. That you give up action through knowledge, not actually giving up of action. The second step is actual giving up of action. Why? Now no more that action is required. You have taken to some higher path, and therefore you are no more doing that action. That's called Karma Sannyasa. So Jnana Karma Sannyasa, 4th chapter, Karma Sannyasa, 5th chapter. Both are yoga. Both are means, and together they are called as Jnana Yoga. Is this clear? Now you see how Bhagavan Shri Krishna starts the 4th chapter. 4th chapter is not starting with Arjuna's question. Actually, it's the continuation of the 3rd chapter. Arjuna's question comes after 4 verses. Not that there is no question. Question is there, but it comes after 4 verses. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna, the knowledge of this Sankhya Nishtha, that you are that supreme reality, you are the self which is indestructible, and to reach that you must do Karma Yoga, through which you will attain Chitta Shuddhi, purity of mind, you will become eligible for the knowledge, and through the knowledge you will realize this entire thing that I told you is not something which is new. This knowledge has come in parampara. Parampara means a continuous, unbroken lineage. Lineage of Guru and Shishya. So, he starts only 4th chapter like that. Imam vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyam vivaswan manave praha manuhu ikshvakave abravit. I, right at the beginning, gave this knowledge to Bhagavan Surya. Shri Krishna is telling. That Surya gave it to his son, Manu. Manu gave it to his son, Ikshvaku. And like this, through Rajarshi Parampara. Rajarshi, the kings who were knowledgeable. Raja cha so Rishishcha. They were kings also, they were leaders also, but at the same time they were knowledgeable, wise people also. Rishis also. So through this knowledge, through this Rajarshi Parampara, the knowledge continued. But over time what happened? The knowledge underwent, what do you call? Yogo Nashta, he says. That it suffered some loss. Why, etc., we should not ask, because that is how it works. That is how the world works. Now to revive this knowledge, I am telling this to you again. This is the point that Bhagavan Shri Krishna is making here. So first thing about Jnana Yoga is the path of knowledge or the knowledge itself is not new. It has come to us through an unbroken parampara, unbroken lineage of Guru and Shishya. This parampara is very important. Why? Because tomorrow if I suddenly feel something and I give that as knowledge, there is no proof that what I feel is right. Isn't it? What is the authority? What is the proof that you are saying, whatever you are saying is right? What is the proof? The greatest proof for us is that lineage. That this is not my knowledge, this has come in lineage. How is that a proof? When we say that this has come in lineage means many masters have assimilated this knowledge, experienced it and propagated it. That itself becomes a proof. If it was not right, some point of time someone would have stopped it saying that no, this is not right. If it has come through the unbroken lineage means it's a living proof. What we call as time tested. Time tested. That's why many times when so many things happen, no, and then somebody asks us, what do you think about this? We say wait for some time. Why? The time will tell whether this is right or wrong. The time will tell. This knowledge is true because the time has told. The same knowledge was given right at the beginning of the creation. And even now, that same knowledge, which means the knowledge is time tested. Actually, there are many reasons why Bhagavan Shri Krishna says like this. He is telling Arjuna, don't think that you are like a guinea pig, that I am doing some experiment on you by giving this knowledge, let me see whether it works or no. No. This is a time-tested knowledge. You are not the first person. Also, he wants to say that Rajarshi Parampara, he gives Rajarshi Parampara. He is not telling that this was known to Vasishtha Rishi and Vasishtha Rishi, then taught to Vishwamitra Rishi. Nothing like that. Means what? Those who need to act have got this knowledge. You also need to act. You also must have this knowledge. Arjuna is from same Rajarshi Parampara. He is also Raja only. He is also Kshatriya only. So Bhagavan very intelligently gives Rajarshi Parampara. Ikshvaku, he says. That Vamsha, Kshatriya Vamsha is quoting. And therefore, Arjuna, don't just think that it is for somebody who has retired into forest. No. This knowledge is for the practical person who is about to rule, about to lead. And number 3, I am telling you what is there in the Upanishads. This parampara is most important. That's why I told you in the first session also, Sri Krishna quotes from the Upanishad. Just to tell that I am not bringing some new knowledge. This is a time-tested method. You imagine even God cannot bring his own knowledge. Can you imagine what level of authority is given to parampara? Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji in Bhashya says, Shastradnyopi swatantrena brahmanveshanam na kuryat. He says, Panditah api asampradayakrit murkhavat tyajya. He says, even if a person is great scholar, but doesn't come in any parampara, his ideas should be rejected like that of a fool. Very important to understand today. Why? Because today there are so many spiritual gurus, isn't it? And we often wonder that they are popular, they are so well known, but are they right? Are they wrong? Many people come and ask me also, Veji, what do you think? Who is the right? I said, I have a very simple logic to it. Anybody who says what I am saying is the only truth is wrong. Anybody who says I am the only one who has understood the knowledge is wrong. Any wise person will say, this is not my knowledge. This is what I have received from my Guru. Who has received from his Guru? Who has received from his Guru? Originality of thought has no strength in Vedanta. Please understand this. Originality of method, possible. Originality of knowledge, not possible. The same knowledge, in what method should I give? That is each person's prerogative. That each person can decide. But what knowledge to be given? That will never change. That is not something that I can come up with. So parampara is very important. This jnana parampara, that's why Bhagavan Shri Krishna emphasizes on this. Now when Shri Krishna says that I gave this knowledge to Surya at the beginning, and then Surya gave it to Manu. Manu is the first human being, okay? First human being created was Manu. Therefore we are called Manava. Manava means we are the children of Manu. Now Arjuna says, one second, I have a doubt. What? Bhagavan, you are my elder brother. Not lot of age difference is there between both of us. So I know for a fact that you are born now, recently, few years before me. And then you are telling that you gave this knowledge to Surya Devata at the beginning. How? See, Arjuna's questions are very good. He is not saying that, hey, you are bluffing. Oh, he is not saying that. He is genuinely asking, if you are born now, how did you give this knowledge to Surya at the beginning? Aparam bhavato janma, param janma vivasvata. Katham etad vijaniyam tom adau proktavanit. How can I understand that you gave it at the beginning? That's the question. He is not saying you never gave. Why, what are you lying? You just know. That's not what he is saying. He is saying, Bhagavan, if you are born now and Surya existed from time immemorial, how can I understand that you gave it to Surya? Now taking this as a, nimitta, as an occasion, Bhagavan gives one of the most beautiful theories, which is called as the theory of incarnation. Avatara Rahasya. What do we mean by incarnation? He explains what is an avatara, incarnation of God. To explain that God always exists. This is a form that I have taken. I am born to Vasudeva and Devaki doesn't mean that I did not exist before Vasudeva and Devaki. I am always there as God. I have taken a form as Sri Krishna. So I did not give knowledge to Surya Devata in this form. But that Vishnu who gave knowledge is me only. Very famous verses are there. I am sure you all are aware. Ajopisan navyatma bhutanam ishwaropisan prakritim swamadishthaya sambhavami atmamayaya yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tada atmanam srujamyam paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkratam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That is not what I am going to explain because that's not the topic. But he gives Avatara Rahasya by explaining how Avatara happens, when Avatara happens, and why Avatara happens. The three verses that I quoted are respectively telling these three things. How Avatara takes place, when does it take place, yada yada hi dharmasya, and why paritranaya sadhunam. So he explains this Avatara Rahasya. Then he goes back to what he wanted to tell. He started by saying that this knowledge that I have given you has come from parampara. What is that knowledge that he is talking about? And that is the knowledge of akartru atma. Careful. What is the knowledge? The knowledge of the self, which or who is the non-doer. The self doesn't do anything. That is what he is going to tell. And therefore, 13th verse, which is very popular, which is controversial and misunderstood, etc. Chaturvaranyam maya srishtam gunakarma vibhagashah tasya kartaram apimam vidhi akartaram avyayam. But actually from that verse only the main topic of Jnana Yoga starts. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, though I have created this entire Chaturvarnya Vyavastha according to Guna and Karma, but Tasya Kartaram api, though the creator of it, Vidhi, please understand Arjuna, Akartaram. Please understand me to be the non-doer. What, Bhagavan, what are you telling? I have done it, but I have not done it. Huh? So, have you done it or not? One thing you tell now. I have actually not done it. Then who did? I. What is this? Okay. Do you see this light, this tube light glowing? Who is creating the light? Electricity. Is electricity creating light? Think. Electricity is just there. In the presence of electricity, light is coming. Understand the difference? Though the light cannot come without the electricity, in a way you can say that electricity is creating light, but actually electricity is not creating anything. As a matter of fact, electricity doesn't even understand light. Why? Because for electricity there is no light. There is only electricity. Isn't it? So, you can say, in a way you can say the light is created by electricity. But actually what is it? Electricity is not doing anything. That is what he is trying to say. In the presence of sun, so many things happen. In the presence of sun. So sun is there, light is there, and then everybody starts. This is the example given by Bhagavan Shankaracharya in Atma Bodha also, where he says that Suryalokam yatha janaha, that's the example. That when the sun rises, everybody engages into action. Jago, 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 get up, sun has come out. Let us start our business, let us start our things. Now, in poetic way, you will tell that the Surya, the sun is coming to everybody's house and inspiring everybody to act and telling everybody, get up and do. But actually speaking, is sun doing anything? As a matter of fact, sun doesn't know that there is something called as earth, where there are people who have come up with concepts of sunrise and sunset, and they decide that on sunrise you should start the work and on sunset you should stop the work. Sun is not even aware that we have created Gregorian calendar based on sun. And we celebrate New Year according to sun's movement. Which sun's movement? That sun who does not move. In a way, he is inspiring us to act, but in another way, he is just there. Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna, I am that self in whose presence everything happens, but that self remains non-doer, akarta. Knowing this concept of non-doer self, the previous great masters or the great kings have worked, have acted. You also must do the same. That's what he says. Evam nyatva kritam karma purvairapi mumukshubhihi kuru karmaiva tasmatva. Purvaihi purvataram kratam. So how they have acted, you also do the same. What? With this knowledge that I am not doing anything, act. Vedji, frankly, shall I tell you something? Please. Zero I understood. I have not understood anything. Up to Karma Yoga, it was good. Perform your duties, offer to God. Very good. Now, what are you talking? Understand that you are the non-doer and then do. You understand now why Bhagavan again and again comes back and says you should do Karma Yoga? You see why? Our eligibility is not there in knowledge. The realization our eligibility is not there. So Bhagavan says here, before you understand this, understand what is karma. Then you will understand how I am akarta. I am the non-doer. How? So there is, explains also beautifully that there is karma, there is vikarma, and there is akarma. Karma means action. Karma means action. Here it refers to duty. Enjoined action means the action which I am supposed to do. Vihita karma. Vikarma means prohibited action which I should not do. Bad actions which I should not do. And akarma means no action. Inaction. So Bhagavan says you must understand these three different concepts. Karma, what you must do. Vikarma, what you must not do. And akarma means not doing. That also you should not do. Akarma means inaction, laziness, karma abhava, etc. Now he says, do you understand? Now I will change the definition. Why are you doing like this? What? Akarma has another meaning. Akarma can also mean unaction. This is Gurudev's terms. So action, prohibited action, inaction. Akarma is inaction. Akarma can also mean unaction. Unaction means what? You perform the action, but that action will not be called as action. Veji, how is this possible? It is possible. How? Action is called action because of the doership behind that action. Action is called action because of the doership behind the action. Means, if I feel that I am the one doing it, then that action will become action. If the doership is not there, then though that action is performed, it will not be called as action. I will give you an example by which you will understand this. In sleep, children have a habit of kicking. Especially when they play a lot, run around a lot, their legs are paining. When they sleep next to us, they kick you. Correct? Do you hold them in contempt? Next day morning, you get up. My dear son, in the night you kicked me 3 times. No, you don't. Actually, very interestingly, when that child is in the womb of the mother, that fetus also kicks. And the mother becomes happy. Imagine the same fellow after coming out, in all his senses kicks you. You understand the difference? What is the difference? In Hindi they say na, मैं मेरे पूरे होशो हवास में कहता हूं. You remember? Means what? When there is a doership behind it, then that action is action, then it can be karma or vikarma, right action or wrong action. When there is doership behind. But when I am sleeping, I am not even aware that my legs are moving. There is no doership. When there is no doership, that action is not called action, though the action is performed. Did you understand this? Now clear? So the important thing is what? Whether there is doership or no doership. So action becomes action not because of the action, but because of the doership behind the action. If the doership is not there, though action, it will be called unaction. This is what Bhagavan Shri Krishna says, Karmani akarmayah pashyet, akarmani cha karmayah, sa buddhiman manusheshu, sa yuktah kritsna karmakrit. Arjuna, what? Karmani akarmayah pashyet. One who understands unaction or inaction in action. And one who understands action in inaction. That person is right. Sabuddhiman manusheshu. He is a wise person among all human beings. What? Why are you calling him intelligent? Because he has understood the secret of action. And what is the secret of action? The secret of action is the doership behind the action. So with the doership, even if you act or don't act, it will be still called action. With the doership. Means what? I say, I am not going to do anything. That is also an action. See, you will be punished even for not acting. Isn't it? One child went to mother and said that, Mother, my school has called you to meet. Mother said, school called me? What did you do? She said, I didn't do anything. How is it possible? If you have not done anything, why will they call? He said, I did not go. How can I do something when I have not gone? See, you not going itself is an action and can be punished, punishable act. Why? Because there is doership behind it. So with the doership, even if we decide not to act, that also will become an action. There is a term in our scriptures which is called pratyavaya. Have you heard? Pratyavaya. It is a kind of papa. Basically, papa, sin, is of two types. Doing what you are not supposed to do and not doing what you are supposed to do. Papa means doing what you are not supposed to do. And pratyavaya means not doing what you are supposed to do. So not acting will also become an action because there is doership. Because I consider myself to be the doer. Now Bhagavan Shri Krishna says to Arjuna, please understand, you are the self who never does anything. With this knowledge, if you act, that I am the non-doer self, then the action will not be termed action. So karma sannyasa will happen in knowledge. You understand now the topic? I tell you, many people study Bhagavad Gita for years, but they don't understand what is this jnana karma sannyas. This is what Bhagavan Shri Krishna is trying to tell. You give up the doership. Don't give up the action. Why? Giving up action will not solve the problem. Vedji, you know, I have realized that all my problems are because I talk too much. Good. So, now onwards I am not going to talk. That is very good. But if you think that by you not talking problems will be solved, that is not true. Why? New problems will be created. The problem is not acting or not acting. The problem is the doership behind the acting or non-acting. Bhagavan says, you give up the doership. How can I give up the doership? You understand that I am the non-doer self. Knowing this, you will not be bound by, you will not be acting at all. That is what he says here. So this knowledge of Akartru Atma is what Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling has come in this entire parampara along with all the Sankhyanishta, Karma Yoga and everything that is told. Now you also must raise yourself to this knowledge. With this knowledge you act. Then what will happen? Then you will give up all actions. Means all actions will burn. Gatasangasya muktasya jnana avastita chetasa yajnaya acharatah karma samagram praviliyate. That entire karma will be burnt. Why? Because there is no fuel to the karma. Karma becomes karma because of kartritva, doership. When there is no kartritva, karma cannot be called as karma. Don't give up karma, give up kartritva. Please understand. How can we give up kartritva? Now, right now at this very moment, we think that I am the one doing. Correct? Where we have to reach? We have to reach to a stage where we understand that I am the self who is the non-doer, akarta. So from this karta to akarta, how can I go? The step between that is called karma yoga. Where you say, I am the instrument, God is the doer. You see? So whenever something good happens by your hand, you don't say, I have done. You say, He has done it through me. Then what happens? That kartritva bhava is not there. Doership is not there. So then arrogance of karma will not be there. Why? Because you know that you have not done. Actually, if we really think about it, nothing in the world we can claim that we have done. Isn't it a fact? There is one very beautiful bhajan in Hindi which says, मेरा आप की कृपा से सब काम हो रहा है, करते हो तुम कन्हैया, मेरा नाम हो रहा है. Isn't it true? Anybody who has little bit of intelligence to review their own life will understand that whatever good has happened, he has done it. I always say human beings are capable of doing only one thing, and that is mistake. So if at all something has happened which is not a mistake, we must realize that God has done it. It's very simple. You say there is a mistake, mine. Why? I only know how to make mistakes. So if by mistake something good has happened, that means God has done. Isn't it true? So from the present feeling of I am the doer, you say I am the instrument in the hands of God. He is the doer, I am karana, instrument. So kartritva bhava to karana bhava. Bhava means feeling, attitude. And from that karana bhava, with the knowledge, you go to akartritva bhava. You understand that I am not the doer. So karma yoga, next step is jnana karma sannyasa. That is why after third chapter, fourth chapter comes. He is following logic. Now, Bhagavan Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna, how can you do this? This transition, how will you do? How this knowledge can be already from kartrutva bhava to karana bhava. That karma yoga is already explained. Now, after that karma yoga, how can I reach that knowledge that I am the non-doer self? How can I reach? Now, that is what he explains as jnana yoga, the path of knowledge. Before giving that, he gives different kinds of yajnas. Some 12 types of yajnas are given in 4th chapter. Daiva yajna, dravya yajna, tapo yajna, swadhyaya yajna, jnana yajna, etc. All these yajnas are for us to finally understand that ultimate jnana, which is given in 4th chapter, which is very popular. Brahma arpanam, brahma vi, brahmagno, brahmana utam, brahma ivatena gantavyam, brahma karma samadhina. You understand that every aspect of karma is Brahma only. One who is doing the karma is Brahman. The karma is Brahman. The instrument is Brahman. Brahma Arpanam, Brahma Havihi, Brahma Agnau, the fire in which you are offering, that is also Brahman. Brahmanahutam, one who is offering, that is also Brahman. What is offered, that is also Brahman. You understand that everything is Brahman, which will mean what? I am not doing anything. In my presence, in presence of that Brahman, everything is happening. This is the ultimate knowledge to which we have to reach. Now Bhagavan gives the path to reach this knowledge. What? First step, Arjuna, what? Go and approach a guru. Tadvidhi pranipatena, pariprashnena sevaya, upadekshanti te jnanam, jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. So after practicing karma yoga, what is the next step for the sadhaka? Guru upasadana, approaching a guru. How I should approach a guru? Tadvidhi pranipatena, with the humility. Pranipata means to prostrate, to salute, to offer salutations. Means what? Don't go. Guru, chalo. Start. I am going to sit and relax. You start. Hey, knowledge will not be gained like this. You go with the attitude that I have come to gain something. You know, I do not know. I am at a lower level. You are at a higher level. Please teach. Pranipatena. Pariprashnena. Ask the right questions. Don't ask, Guru, how are you, Guru? How? I have heard that you are from this place. What was your old name? How does it matter? Just curiosity. Don't ask curious questions. Ask the essential questions. Ask the questions, what is the purpose of life? Why am I a human being? Who am I? What is this world? Who is God? Ask these essential questions. How can I get out of this samsara? This sorrow which I am experiencing, how can I get out of it? Pariprashnena, ask the right questions. And then he says, sevaya, do seva. Why seva? Many people think that these gurus like to have chelas around them who will do their sevas. Say seva in everything, no? And therefore, they only have started this concept. No, that is not true. Why seva? When you serve the Guru, you become tuned to the Guru. And then when Guru says something, you understand. Okay. I'll give you example, small example, and you will understand. When we were studying in Sandipani Sadhanalaya, see how the attuning with Guru happens, with the Acharya happens. Swamiji used to teach, our Acharya used to come and take class, etc. And after a text is over, there used to be assignment. Okay, we have to sometimes write, submit, sometimes we have to read the answer, sometimes we have to talk, different kinds of assignment. In most of those assignments, what Acharya will come is, he will come with one box. The box had all the chits of all our names. So he will read the question and will take out the chit. And whoever name it is, that person has to answer. One day what happened, Swamiji came, he started that session, it was assignment review session, and he looked at his desk on the side, there was no box. But he had already sat down and he had already started Om. I remember one person who was serving Swamiji quietly got up, went out. By the time Swamiji finished the prayer, he brought that box, kept it and sat. Now this is called tuning with the Guru. Has he said anything? No. The tuning should be such that without him explicitly saying anything, you should understand. Why? Because this knowledge cannot be given in words. So unless we are tuned to Guru, we will not gain knowledge. We may hear words, we may write down in the notes, we may intellectually understand, but we will not experience it. Experience happens in silence. Real teaching happens in silence. Dakshinamurti Bhagavan is sitting here. How did he give Upadesha? Mauna Vyakhya. The miracle is not that he spoke in silence. The miracle is those rishis understood the meaning of silence. Why? They were tuned. They were ready for that knowledge. Eligibility was so high that he just did this and they understood. That jnana mudra he did, they understood. Okay. For this knowledge to happen, tuning is required. That tuning happens through seva. Never consider seva as something lower. You are disrespecting seva. Seva is the most important thing. Why? Because it makes us eligible. Gurudev used to say, no, serve to deserve. You serve so that you can deserve the knowledge. When you serve, when you are tuned, Guru would say just once and we will get it. If we are not tuned, if we don't serve, Guru may say 100 times, nothing will happen. You are that Brahman. Guru, when is the next class? Why next class? Already told, no, you are Brahman. That I know. That you have been telling for last 10 classes. Why? Tuning has not happened. So, pranipata, pariprashna, seva. Pranipata means what? That attitude of humility, attitude of surrender. Pariprashna means the right questions, eagerness to understand the reality. And seva means readiness to serve so that you can tune with the Guru. Who is the Guru? Upadekshantite jnaninaha tattvadarshinaha. One who is a jnani. Jnani means well learned in the scriptures. What is said in the Upanishads as Shrotriya. And Tattvadarshi, one who himself has realized that Tattva, that truth. So not just bookish knowledge, but experiential knowledge. Shrotriya Brahmanishtha. This is what is said in Mundaka Upanishad also, isn't it? That you must approach the teacher who is Shrotriya Brahmanishta. Now Bhagavan Shri Krishna is giving that Shrotriya Brahmanishta as Jnani and Tattvadarshi. Different words, meaning is same. So Arjuna, after doing Karma Yoga, what is the next step for you? Approach the teacher with the right attitude of humility, with the right questions and with readiness to serve so that you can tune yourself. What kind of Guru should I approach? Guru who is Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. When I approach, what will the Guru do? Upadekshanti. The Guru will give knowledge. Very beautifully. Bhagavan Shri Krishna states it as a matter of fact. He is not saying the Guru should give knowledge. The Guru may give knowledge. No, he says Guru will give knowledge. Means if you follow all the steps correctly, Guru will surely give knowledge. No, Veji, I did everything, Guru did not. No, then we must have done some mistake. Why? If we do everything right, there is no reason, no, chance that Guru will not give knowledge. Guru will give knowledge. When Guru gives knowledge, what should I do? Next step. After Guru Upasadana, what comes? The most important path of Jnana Yoga. What is that? Shravana, Manana and nididhyasana. You listen to the teaching of the Guru, Shravana. Reflect on it, manana. Meditate on it, nididhyasana. This is explained in 5th chapter. I am bringing the verses which are relevant according to the topic. Tad buddhayah, tadatmanah, tannishthah, tatparayanaha, gacchanti apunaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. Entire path is shown. Tatparayana, vairagya is there, karma yoga is practiced. Tannishthah, then what? They, with that determination, they do shravana and manana. Tad atmanah, they become one with the knowledge, nididhyasana. Tad buddhaya, they experience it, sakshatkara happens. Gacchanti apunaravrittim, and they become mukta. The entire path is shown. Karma yoga gives chitta shuddhi. With that shuddha chitta, with that pure mind, you approach the teacher. You approach the teacher, you learn from the teacher. So what is the step after Guru Upasadana? Shravana. Shravana means what? Listening. Not hearing. The difference. Listening means listening attentively with faith and understanding the correct import of the teaching. That is called Shravana. Not that I heard. Don't just hear. There should be faith in the Guru and in the scriptures when you are listening. Attention should be there. And number 3, you should come to the correct import. Otherwise, after telling the whole thing, you will come to some other conclusion. Then that is not, I did Shravana. No, then that is not called Shravana. No, some people are expert in this. You tell them, go straight, take right. See, first of all, many people are confused about what is left, what is right. Okay, the confusion starts from there only. They will easily say, go right, go right. Left hand you are showing. Oh, left, go left, go left. Such people, even when they listen to somebody's instruction, go straight, take right, some people understand. They go and then take right. Some people go straight and then they are confused. Did he say right? Did he say left? What did he say? And there are worse kind of people. Confidently they will say, he said left. 3 kinds of students are there. Uttamadhikari, Madhyamadhikari and Mandadhikari, they are called. The way we were saying now that tuning with Guru happens, there also, based on that also there is this gradation of students. Some are there, they understand before the Guru says. The Guru hints and they understand what he wants. Guru doesn't have to say. You know, our Gurudev, his one look is sufficient for you to understand what is happening. Sometimes huge Jnana Yagnas and big, so many people and Gurudev is talking and it's very difficult, no, when there are thousands of people sitting and to capture their attention, very difficult job. And when he is doing it, some fellow will come from behind and will cross everybody and will sit in front. And Gurudev, that one look, that is sufficient. That fellow, if he is really tuned to Guru, he will feel that the earth should break and take me inside. If you are not tuned, you will look at Gurudev and smile. Nothing can be done for such people. Isn't it? Sometimes you should see, it is very interesting. Even when we watch Gurudev's videos now, he will be talking and suddenly in between the flow he will say, and he will continue. You have to understand this is for somebody. That fellow must have understood this. None of us will understand. So just by hinting, somebody understands. Good student. Mediocre students are those where Guru has to tell, do this, and then they will understand. Poor students are those, even after Guru tells, nothing, they don't understand. So Guru Upasadana, when it happens, when the right tuning and everything is there, then when Shravana, when you listen from the Guru with that attention, with that faith, then you will come to the right conclusion, the right import of the teaching. That is called Shravana. Though I have come to the right import, that knowledge that I have received is still Guru's knowledge. Isn't it? Now that Guru's knowledge has to become my knowledge. So what I receive in Shravana is information. Now that information should become knowledge. How will that happen? Manana, reflection. Means what? You bring the questions yourself. Why did Guru say like this? Why did scripture say like this? What is the logic? Now you are chewing that knowledge so that you can digest it. Guru has given it. Shravana is done. Now that information that you have received has to become knowledge. For that, you have to reflect. That is called manana. After listening, after reflecting, now what? Now I must feel that knowledge. At the end of Shravana and Manana, intellectual clarity has come. But do I feel that knowledge? That is the question. For that, meditation is required. Means what? You sit with that knowledge. What you have listened from the Guru and what you have reflected upon, you have chewed. Now allow that to settle. Allow it to go deeper in you. That is called nididhyasana. Therefore, in meditation, what do? We actually don't do anything. We just sit with that knowledge. That one thought, Aham Brahmasmi, you just sit with it. Allow that thought to go deeper and deeper and deeper. So we listen, Shravana, then we process, Manana, and then we allow it to settle in our heart. So ear to head to heart. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. This is called Jnana Yoga. This is called Swadhyaya. That we listen, we reflect, and we meditate. So after Guru Upasadana, after approaching the teacher, this is what we are supposed to do. Now it must be clear, Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga, what is the difference? Karma Yoga is you perform your duty, you offer it to God. Jnana Yoga means you approach the teacher and then you listen from the teacher, the scriptural knowledge, you reflect on it and you meditate on it. So there is a specific action that we are doing in Jnana Yoga. Karma Yoga doesn't have any specific action. Any duty, any action can become Karma Yoga. Shall I tell you something? Even Shravana, Manana, and Nididhyasana can become Karma Yoga. Why? Because that is also my duty. I can do even that and offer it to God. Even that will become Karma Yoga. Even Karma Yoga can become Jnana Yoga. Any duty that I am performing, I can bring this knowledge, I can reflect, I can meditate. It will become Jnana Yoga. So please understand, these are not very exclusive things. They are interwoven. But when we refer to Karma Yoga means performing duty, offering to God. Ishwararpana. And when the result comes, accept it with joy. Prasada. That's called Karma Yoga. Jnana Yoga means Guru Upasadana. You approach the Guru. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Listen, reflect and meditate. This is the essence of Jnana Yoga. Now Bhagavan Shri Krishna takes different topics. What is the greatness of this knowledge? This path that you are following, Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, you are doing, what will happen by this? Yadnyatva na punarmoham evam nyasyasi Pandava. Oh Pandava, oh Arjuna, once you gain knowledge with this method of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and once it becomes your wisdom, you remember, Shravana gives information, Manana will make it knowledge, Nididhyasana will make it wisdom. Once that wisdom has come, once that realization, the experience has come that I am this self, Satchidananda Swarupa, Akarta, Atma. Once that realization has come, you will never be deluded again. This is the only knowledge which you get it once, you don't have to get it again. All other kind of knowledge you will have to protect. Do you know Purusha Suktam? Yeah, which? But to remember it, you will have to chant every day. Childhood I knew. Now I have forgotten. All the worldly kind of knowledge, what is called as aparavidya, can be forgotten. Paravidya can never be forgotten. Once I realize I am this self, I am the supreme Brahman, there is no way I can forget it. There is no way that I can be deluded again. All of us, all human beings, we always try to get something which we have to do once and we don't have to repeat it. Don't we do that? This electricity bill, mobile bill, every month you have to do, no? So we are bored of doing the same thing again and again. So what we have done? ECS. Remember ECS? From bank directly it goes. So I do it once, I don't have to do it again. Don't we try to do that? The only knowledge that can do this is this. So come, get this knowledge. Why? This is the only knowledge, you will get it once and you don't have to get it ever again. You will never be deluded again, never become ignorant again. You will never forget this knowledge again. And there is nothing higher that you need to know once you know this. He says, Guru Shri Krishna says, even sinners will get liberated. Apichedasi papebhya sarvebhya papakrit tamaha. They have done great sins. Sarvam jnanaplavena vrajinam santarishyati. With this boat of knowledge, you will cross over all sins. Are you capable of swimming through the ocean? No. But you can get a boat which will help you to swim across the ocean. That boat is of jnana here, he says. He says that knowledge will burn all your actions. Jnanagnihi sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute. Arjuna, come and get it. Actually, there is no greater purifier than this knowledge. Nahi jnane na sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. So many people, schools, colleges, etc. use this as their tagline. Isn't it? Nahi jnane na sadrisham pavitramiha vidyate. There is no greater purifier than knowledge. Why? Because knowledge will destroy the papi. All other kinds of sadhana will destroy papa, sin. Jnani will destroy the papi. Jnani will destroy papi means that karta, one who has done. Jnana says you are not the karta, you are akarta. Jnana will destroy the papi. Papi is gone. Where papa will remain? All the papa is connected to the jiva bhava, isn't it? The jiva, papi. Jiva only is gone. The person understands I am Brahman, there is no jiva. To whom the papa will come? That is what will happen by this knowledge. Now Bhagavan goes forward and says, how will you gain this knowledge? What qualities should you have? He explains, Tatswayam yoga samsiddha kalenatmani vidnati shraddhavan labhate jnanam tatparaha samyatendriya. He gives different qualities that one must have to gain this knowledge. What is that? Number one, you must be eligible for this knowledge. Eligibility will come from karma yoga. See, that is what we said earlier also. When we do karma yoga, it will give chitta shuddhi, that will make us eligible for knowledge. Yogyata. Shraddha, faith should be there. Faith in the scriptures, faith in the Guru. That will make you eligible. Shraddha. Tatparata. Tatparata means commitment should be there. to this knowledge. Not that I am studying yoga and I am also studying Bhagavad Gita. So I have 10 classes over the week and one of it. Nah. This should percolate into every single thing of your life. Even if you are going for some yoga class, this knowledge should be taken there. You should practice it there also. You are going for job, take this knowledge with you for the job. Commitment should be there for the knowledge. Tatparata, focus should be there. And samyatendriyaha, control of senses and mind should be there. You can't expect that I am a lusty fellow and desires are there, attachment is there and I will get knowledge. Not possible. It's not the knowledge that you can gain like that. Totally we have to stop from sense pleasures. Then only we can get it. Such a person will get the knowledge. And then what? Sri Krishna ends the entire discourse by explaining the characteristics of the person who has gained the knowledge, which is called Jnani Lakshana. So there is Sthitaprajna Lakshana which comes in the 2nd chapter. Now in the 5th chapter, Jnani's Lakshanas are there. That how he is equanimous. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Shunicheva Shwapakecha Panditaha Samadarshana Ihaivatayirjita Sargaha Yesham Samye Sthitam Manaha Nirdosham hi Samam Brahma Tasmat Brahmani Te Sthitaha. How is that Jnani? That he is equanimous. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane. Towards a person who is well learned and a great scholar. Gavi in the cow. Hastini in the elephant. Shuni in the dog. Shwapake, one who eats dog. Chandala is called. Towards all of them, Jnani is same. Panditaha Samadarshina. Means, Jnani does not judge anybody by the appearance or by the actions that they are performing. Jnani sees Brahman in every single one of them. Why? Because he has realized I am that Brahman. So is everyone else. It's not that I am the only Brahman, all other people are idiots. No. I am Brahman, so is everyone else. That is how Jnani is. He remains established in that Brahman. And therefore, when Priya, Apriya, when all these things, likes and dislikes, he doesn't care. He doesn't even get bothered by that. Na praharshet priyam prapya, na udvijet prapya cha apriyam, sthira buddhi, asammudha, brahmavid, brahmani sthita. That is how that Jnani is. If something good happens according to the people, he says, very good. Something bad happens according to people, he still says, very good. There is a story of Eknath Maharaj. Eknath Maharaj was a great saint, 14th, 15th century in Maharashtra. Great scholar also, not just great saint, but great scholar also. It is said that he was very popular in his village, Paitan, because he never used to get angry. So some people of the village, they decided that, let us have a bet. Who can make him angry? See, crooked people will always do like this. Na? So one person took the bet and said, I will make sure that he becomes angry. What did he do? He waited at the river side where Eknath Maharaj used to come to take bath. So Eknath Maharaj took bath. As he came out, this fellow spat on him. Eknath Maharaj went again, took bath, came again. Again he spat. Again Eknath Maharaj went, took bath, came out. Again he spat. It is said he did it 100 times. And every single time, without saying anything, without getting agitated, angry, quietly he again went, took bath and came back. Now, when repeatedly it happened, the fellow who was doing it changed. Because he said, what am I doing? Such a great Mahatma is not getting angry and I am trying to insult him. So when he came after 100 times, he fell at the feet of Eknath Maharaj and said that, sorry, I made a big mistake, please forgive me. Eknath Maharaj said, forgive you for what? For giving me chance of taking 100 holy dips? Think. When we are going and walking on the road, somebody's hand by mistake touches us. And we think that we are Narasimha or Kali. And we start shouting, and here is a person who is purposely doing it, and still the Mahatma says, anger for what? You have given me chance of taking 100 holy dips. You understand? It's not dry philosophy, it is practical philosophy. There are people who have done this. No desire, no anger. It has happened. This is what knowledge does. It transforms us totally. You are no more Jiva. That is what this knowledge, and how to reach that knowledge, we have understood the path of knowledge also. After Karma Yoga, after you gain Chitta Shuddhi, you approach the teacher, Guru Upasadana, you listen, Shravana, you reflect, Manana, contemplate and meditate, Nididhyasana. That will take you to that Sakshatkara, Nirvikalpa Samadhi, or whatever you want to call it. Experience of the Supreme, which will give you liberation. That experience of Supreme is Sankhya. Remember? Now, among all these steps, one particular step needs more clarification, more explanation, and that is meditation. Karma Yoga, Chitta Shuddhi, okay. Shravana Manana, you approach the Guru, okay. Shravana Manana, okay. Meditation is still not clear. That is tomorrow's topic of Dhyana Yoga, the path of meditation or contemplation. Okay? We will see tomorrow. Why should I tell now? Now there should be clarity, okay? You should not ask me question, Viji, should I do Karma Yoga or Jnana? Karma Yoga will give Chitta Shuddhi. Approach Guru. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana. Realize. Okay? You can practice all these steps with the attitude of Karma Yoga. So in that way, then you are following Shri Krishna's advice. Because Shri Krishna wants us to do Karma Yoga only. All right. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. One announcement before we go. Tomorrow morning, tomorrow Sunday, 10 o'clock, there is a special youth meet. Only those who are in the age group of 18 to 32. 18 to 32. I am going to meet only them. So you are not invited. But please send anybody whom you know who is of this age. Okay? Evening, you all are invited. 6:30. All right? Hari Om.